All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Offsides Podcast. June about to be sleeping his Rakana. You know what I'm saying? He leaned back like he about to be done. Pete, what's good, man? How's everything up there in New York?
Hot, muggy, nasty, but
I'm
thank God I'm still here. So
yeah.
It's summertime. I shouldn't be bitching. It kills me when everybody be like, "Yo, it's hot and shit," but it's summertime. It's supposed to be hot, so it's not. I'm not like Florida people that it's hot year round. So
man, listen,
June, James about to die,
bro.
I took a shower before I came on, and I was dripping sweat. That's how hot it is, bro. My upstairs is like 90 degrees, and I got the AC set to 70 upstairs.
Crazy.
Like, bad when you go down the stairs, you can feel the difference in the heat and the temperature, the cool. It's yeah. So, and we ain't recording a minute. Pardon my fault. I've been gone. So don't beat me up, guys. But ain't much news going on, but a lot of stuff has been trade talks with teams, players, things like that. The first topic I want to talk about was I forgot the guy's name, Scarlett. He got 3 Super Bowls. I think he was an offensive lineman. I'm not sure back in the day.
Mark Schlereth.
Yeah. He was on a podcast, and he said that Aaron Rodgers does not belong at the GOAT table. So I was watching Speak. You know, he threw it out there. Of course, James Jones, who won a Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers went in. So I'm gonna start with James. I'm gonna go Pete and June. What is your take with that comment? Do you believe that Aaron Rodgers has done enough in his career thus far to be able to sit at the tables at the GOAT table, let's just say, whatever that looks like?
Absolutely. You talking about a 4-time league MVP, dog. I'm talking about Super Bowl MVP, 10-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first team. Nah, that dude deserves. And he did it in an era where quarterbacks were elite. Like, you had a bunch of elite quarterbacks in that era, bro. So, I mean, granted, I think his personal stuff that he has takes away from a lot of the stuff that he's done on the field because people would start to dislike him. But yeah, he definitely deserves to sit at the table. Now, not obviously he ate the GOAT, but to sit there and you name another quarterback that's a 4-time MVP right now that's still playing a game of football. That's difficult to say he don't deserve a seat at the table. That's crazy.
Pete?
This is very similar to when Austin Rivers made that comment about NBA players just going right into the league and being able to play. He got the attention that he wanted. That, to me, that's what this is, because like James just said, he just read off his resume, 4 MVPs. And look, does he have 4 championships? No, he doesn't. But they say it's very hard to win games in the NFL. So imagine a championship. So absolutely belongs at that table. Now, is he the GOAT? Obviously not. But does he belong in the conversation? To me, he's one of the best talents I've seen play the position. So to me, that doesn't make any sense to say he doesn't belong at the table. Absolutely does.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. I agree with everyone here. I like the way that he started his career. He wasn't a rookie that came out of college and was thrown in the game. He sat behind Brett Favre, and that's what Frank said last night, but on the podcast. So he sat behind Brett. And after he sat behind Brett, he waited his turn, and he made the best out of his career. I mean, shit. If the initial beginning of his career to the way that he's ending it ain't enough, then I don't know what is.
That GOAT table to me is very that's a big table. You know what I'm saying? Or a high table.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say a GOAT, but I would definitely say a generational talent. You know what I'm saying? And it depends on what you look at, right? I look at championships. I look at certain things, postseason record, stuff like that. And that's why just because you got 2 rings, I'm not going to say you should be up there in the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? And even we can compare to some of the ones that got 4 rings, like the Terry Bradshaws. Are they really up there with Montana and Brady and Peyton, who got what? Peyton got 3, right? 3? Peyton got 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, two, just like his brother, except Eli's 2 for 2, and he's what, 2 for 3.
2 for 4?
Nah, Peyton only went to, I think, 3 Super Bowls and only won 2. Remember, he got mollywopped by the Seahawks.
You're right. And had the neck injuries.
Yeah.
One with Indy and one with Denver, right?
Yep. So, so it's hard to put him up there, but I do agree with Pete. Is he? Look, what Mahomes does now in the field, Rodgers was doing before Mahomes even got to college. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? If you look at some of the throws that Mahomes, even Stafford were making when he was in Detroit, Rodgers and Stafford were doing those throws before. So I'm not going to say that he's not a great or talented quarterback. I mean, at one point they were putting him up there with Brady, and Brady already had 4, and here you got a guy that had 1, and they're saying he's better. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a better thrower of the football than a lot of quarterbacks. But I think what kills Rodgers, man, is the playoff success at the end of the day. It's, I was watching an interview with Devontae Adams on Club Shay Shay, and, it's one of those things, man, where you're like, bro, we had this great team, and we got mollywopped at home in -1 degree weather. You know what I'm saying? Where nobody should be coming in and beating, especially a West Coast team, and they got beat. So I think that's the only knock, but I give them credit, man. I mean, I have to say, in the last, probably top 5 quarterbacks in the last, 15, 20 years, if you kind of look at the accolades, like you said, 4 NFL MVPs. I think Peyton has 5. Peyton has 5. He has 4, 1 Super Bowl MVP. I want to say he's 12 and 11 in the postseason right now. He's been good, man. Like June said, he didn't start off like everybody else. So I'm not going to say that GOAT table is rough for me, man. I don't know. That's a but
right. That word is subjective, like GOAT. Like,
yeah.
But when if you got a stat that very few players have, and it's a stat like MVP, like how do you go against that? Like I have 4 MVPs. It's not a lot of players who would say they have multiple, let alone 4. Like that's crazy.
I think and that's when you can argue, like you take Brett Favre, who has 3, and they're all back to back to back.
Yeah.
Like nobody's ever done that before. And we all know Brett Favre could win you the game, or he can fuck the game away with them interceptions. He can get you to win, or he can cost you to win. So moving along with players and generational talent, right now, Brandon Aiyuk has requested a trade from the 49ers. Patriots recently requested another trade with him, with the 49ers, and I think the Steelers as well have shown interest. 49ers are not willing to trade him. They haven't traded him. I guess I'm gonna start with Pete on this one. Do the 49ers need him, or does he need the 49ers?
Do the 49ers need him? No. Because this is not this is not the same as like Dallas. And Dallas, let's say Dallas was to lose CeeDee Lamb, I think Dallas is fucked. If 49ers lose him, I mean, are they as explosive? No, but they still got Debo, they still got Kittle, they still got McCaffrey. So do they need him? No, but it's nice to have him. He's really, really good, and you can see that now with the teams that want him. He wants to go to the Commanders to play with Daniels, because that was his quarterback at Arizona State. But I wouldn't say that he needs them either. I think he's a good enough player. Wherever he goes, he'll be the number 1 option if he goes to the spot. So, but I think that then they won't really see how good he can be when he doesn't have all those other weapons that kind of take away from him.
All right, James. So, in your opinion on that, right? And I guess my next question to add on to that is, why haven't they paid him yet?
To answer the first one, yeah, they don't need him. I'm a cook, so I'm gonna look at it like food, right? He's a garnish, right? You ain't the steak, you ain't the potato. I can garnish. We can get some garnish, but do you want to garnish your potatoes with lemon zest, or you want to garnish it with some parsley? So he might be the parsley, but they don't need him, man. What's more concerning to me is, with the success that they did have last year, and a player like that requesting a trade, how tight knit is the locker room? Like that don't make sense to me. What better situation? And I get it. It's not about championships all the time. You got to secure the bag financially, but what is that locker room like to where so you're requesting a trade from a team that got that deep? Like, that's crazy. And yeah, like I don't know why they haven't paid him yet. I don't know what they're waiting on, but like you said, it's a cat and mouse game because they don't need him, right? Like you got weapons, so you know what I'm saying. A complimentary player could come in and just do as good or be comfortable in that role without as much money as he's probably gonna ask for. So I think
So
it's up to them. They're gonna play cat and mouse with him until he's like, hey, look, bro, we don't need you. If you want to stay, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, make that happen. But hey.
I think June, we've been watching it, talking about it, and he wants what $30+ million a year. That's what he wants. He wants top of the market pay for what he believes is surfaces. You just brought up the locker room. There was a tweet or a post from Jawan Jennings, who just got paid by them way early off season, that said he acts like he's doing it by himself, like he's the only one in the team. I've been watching the receiver on Netflix. Actually, I watched the whole thing. And honestly, man, in my opinion, it's between the three horses there, if you want to call it. The three-headed monster for them is Aiyuk. No, not Aiyuk, sorry. Debo, Kettle, and McCaffrey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it on the receiver. Now, obviously, they're starting Debo and Kittle in the receiver, and that's what they're following. But I mean, he had his best season last year, 1,300 receiving yards, 1,342, 7 touchdowns. That was his best season in the yardage game. Touchdowns the year before last, he had 8. But in the game when Debo was out, they couldn't win without Debo.
Right.
So June, does he deserve the $30 million a year that he's asking for?
I'm looking at it as a whole, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, yeah, he deserves that $30 million. I think it's a oh, man, and just talking about the other players who deserve what, who earned what, and who we didn't agree are the top paid players on their teams, like the Trevor Lawrences, the the Donnie Jones. Yeah, I call him Donnie Jones. He may deserve that $30 million, but the way that is going about it, I don't think it's deserving, if that makes sense. He's a hell of a player with great talent. Damn, I was watching Hard Knocks and we kind of touched base on this, and someone in there said, receivers come dime a dozen. Which there's a lot of receivers out there with great talent. Are they Aiyuk? No. Or are they better? Yes. Who knows? I just think it's an interesting situation to be in, man. I just think he went about it the wrong way. This $30 million could have been resolved 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
So let's look at the 2 receivers that got paid before him. Amon-Ra St. Brown got top price, and Justin Jefferson got top price. So Justin Jefferson and Aiyuk have 4 years in the league combined. They both got 4 years. Amon-Ra St. Brown got 3, right? So Aiyuk right now in 4 years is 3,931 yards with 25 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson is 5,899 yards with 30 touchdowns. And St. Brown is 3,588 yards with 21 touchdowns in 3 seasons. So when I look at it, I'm looking, you want top market like these guys, but I don't think you have the same impact as these guys.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to pay you $30 million when, in a sense, if Amon-Ra St. Brown doesn't sit out them games he sat out this season for injury, he probably had 4,000 yards total.
Yeah, but the difference is that they're the focal point.
They're the primary.
Correct.
Aiyuk is not, and
right.
And to me, Aiyuk is. I know Debo is the more fun player to watch, but the better receiver is Aiyuk. If you're talking about a receiver, he's the better receiver. What I heard was they wanted to trade. They would prefer to trade Debo and keep Aiyuk because they have McCaffrey, who does the same as kind of like Debo. But
I think they thought they were gonna get the market bait to buy off on Debo. The because like you said, it's like a Swiss Army knife. He could run the ball at the backfield. So, but they didn't get that. Me personally, if I'm not paying you, I'm trading you. Because next year I gotta pay Brock Purdy.
Yep.
And he's gonna demand top dollar. If they gave Trevor Lawrence one playoff win, $55 million, Brock Purdy bank with $60 million a year. In his first 2 starts, the guy went to the NFC Championship, and the Eagles beat him up on purpose to get him out of there. The next year, he came back and went to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So,
but Frank, you gotta think. We talked about this too, though. It's the marketing and dollars being brought in by Trevor Lawrence too. This dude he's a pretty boy, man. They love his jersey. They love him. He's bringing in bread, bro.
But it just bothers me, man, because the premise, how it's going now, is going away from what you've earned to what everybody's getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So at this point, we could be mediocre quarterbacks, but because you made 55, and let's say Pete's next, he's going to get 57. I'm next, I get 57 and a half, 58, and June gets 60. And we ain't do nothing but just show up to play the game, and that's it. Don't get me wrong. That takes a lot of, you got to be talented to be in the NFL. But just remember back in the day, like you said with Aaron Rodgers, he played in an era where a lot of quarterbacks were elite. The only quarterbacks getting paid back then were the quarterbacks winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we ain't talking about winning regular season games. We talking about winning Super Bowls. Eli, Super Bowl. Peyton, Super Bowl. Ben Roethlisberger, Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers in his time got paid. Drew Brees got paid. Brady always took less, but he still got his money. You see what I'm saying? So these are all Super Bowl winning quarterbacks that we talking about. And Flacco got paid after one Super Bowl. Remember that? Y'all gave him the whole bank, and people had to leave. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was bringing the hot.
I think we're in an era where they're paying you on potential and not on what your abilities are.
And so think about it. Brock Purdy got to get paid next year.
Yeah.
Especially if he has a killer season. Let's say they go back to Super Bowl this year. Let's just say they go back to back and fuck around and win one. Mr. Irrelevant is going to get paid, bro. It's going to get paid.
You got to. You almost have to, yeah.
Yeah, and Pete, man, you brought something up. If they would have traded Debo, think about it. Debo is on the field. All eyes are on Debo, McCaffrey, Kittle, right? 3 massive weapons. And now Jennings, right? Because Jennings showed out too, right? And now you got Jennings, which they paid. They didn't pay the Aiyuk money, but he got paid.
Yeah, paid.
And so why am I gonna pay Aiyuk $30 million when I got 4 massive other weapons that could take away from them and bring another receiver that's somewhat average and make him look great?
Yeah.
Because of those weapons. Now you get rid of Debo, you keep Aiyuk. Then what? I think that now that strategy that Shanahan is playing over there is going to take a hit. So I think they did well by signing or keeping who they have and saying, you know what, Aiyuk, it is what it is. Cause
now, Pete, you brought up you brought up Jaden Daniels. He's been at him with all these interviews. He was with him at the pivot. He's been taking him to all these things. Remember, the Commanders, the 05s, have been doing a lot of movements, but they're not really talked about because nobody expects them to do anything. But they do have a wide receiver 1 in Washington. If you pair him and you pair Brandon Aiyuk with Terry McLaurin, right? That's how he's McLaurin?
McLaurin, yeah.
Yep. And now you give Jaden, I don't know who their running back is, honestly. I don't even know anything about that team other than
it's Eckler.
Well, and Brian Robinson, the dude who got shot, the guy who got robbed.
Yep. Yeah.
So you got 2 good backs now, and you got 1 back that can catch the ball at the backfield. They had a pretty good defense. It was decent. I don't know who's their tight end.
Ertz.
Ertz?
Yeah.
A Super Bowl winning tight end. Well, if he's healthy, he's pretty good. That could cause a problem, man. And maybe that's why they don't want to trade him there. Because why would I trade you to a person
the competition,
in the conference?
Yeah.
Makes sense? Would you trade him? Would you take him? If you like, do you see that as a good thing if they were to send him to Washington, bro?
I mean, if you worried about trading him, like, I don't think the 49ers are saying, oh, if we trade Aiyuk to the Commanders, they're gonna come back and beat us with him. If they don't want to pay him, and they know he's not gonna take what they're offering, then trade him. Regardless of what, I mean, I know they're not going to trade him in division, but if you're going to trade him in the conference, if you trade him to the Commanders, whatever, who cares? You know what I mean?
And
they shouldn't be worried about a team that hasn't done anything in a while just because they got a new quarterback and a new receiver.
And he's got to be careful as well, because now you got to perform to prove that you're worth more, right? And if they don't pay him or they don't trade him and he's gone next year and he hasn't done great, nobody else is about to give him no money either. So now the pressure's all on you. I don't get my 30 that I'm demanding. I play because they don't trade me. And I still got to ball out, because if I don't, what am I? I'm just another average wide receiver in the league. Now, if he goes to Washington, is he going to be that spark over there? Now, I don't think he's about to go over there and just be that guy. So I think he's playing with fire a little bit, bro.
I mean, I think any player, when you go out there and start making millions, is you playing with fire. You know what I'm saying? Because the biggest thing you said, the locker room, the component. Now you got people tweeting, oh, do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where I feel like it's going to get crazy. So moving along in the NFC, they did a top 5 quarterbacks NFC, and Jalen Hurts was left off. So I'm going to show the screen because this sparked a big debate yesterday on the play call, and you know, I'm hosting, so I'm gonna lead the questioning. I'm gonna start off with the NFC East guys. You know what I'm saying? So they did a ranking, not by Speak, but somebody did, and they spoke about it, where the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC were Stafford, Goff, Dak Prescott, Purdy, and Love. Right? Now, my reasoning why I think they left Jalen Hurts out was not because of style of play, right? Then they also showed this statistic where since 2010, the winning Super Bowls, quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, winning Super Bowl quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, averaged 30.8 touchdowns in the regular season. They only rushed for basically 2 touchdowns, and they only rushed for 174 yards, 75 yards total in the regular season. Not in the Super Bowl, but the regular season. Jalen Hurts numbers are not that. So, Pete, why do you think they left Hurts off the top 5? Because they put Love in there, and Love only really had one good year, which was last year.
Thanks.
That's the first part. Why do you think they let him off? And do you think that Hurts' style of play can win them the Super Bowl based on this statistic right here?
So I'm not going to go by the statistics. I'm going to go by what I see. I'm going to go by what I see. So when he was in the Super Bowl, he balled the fuck out. Like, Jalen Hurts was not the reason they lost. I don't even care that he fumbled and they took it back. He was not the reason they lost the Super Bowl. So I don't put him, like, I don't see him like that he's incapable of winning the Super Bowl, because that's not the case in my eyes. Now, they have these 5 guys ranked 1 through 5. I'm a Stafford guy. I'm okay with that. Goff is solid, but he's got a great supporting cast around him. Now, the last 3, this is why I see why they probably left Jalen Hurts off, and it's recency bias.
Okay.
Dak was second in MVP voting last year. Purdy went to the Super Bowl, and Jordan Love. Now let's look at how Jordan Love finished the season, and let's look at how Jalen Hurts finished the season. The Eagles, they crashed and burned. They had 3 games. Last 3 games, they were like, oh, they're favorites to get the division. Giants twice, Arizona at home. They lost 2 out of 3 of those games, lost the division. Again, Dak was second in the MVP voting. Purdy went to the Super Bowl, and look at what Jordan Love did. Went to Dallas, won a playoff game, and he was the hot quarterback at the end of the season. To me, that's why Hurts didn't make this top 5.
All right, so we're gonna leave June last. June's the Eagle resident expert.
Yeah.
Like Pete talks to Dable on the weekends to make sure that the plan is good, and you speak to Hardball James. June speaks to Sirianni, right? So before we June on the conversation, what's your take on it, James?
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with Pete, man. It's recency bias, bro. Like if you would, let's say to start the season, if you'd have gave you a top 5 NFC QBs, I guarantee you they would have had Jalen in there. So one reason why I think he should be top 5, at least if not 5, is because the locker room aspect, bro. People, they rally around Jalen, bro. That dude is an energy guy. You could tell even when he's down and out, even when they losing games, they not gonna throw it on their quarterback and blame him. That speaks a lot. Love, like you said, one good season don't get you top 5 in the NFC based off one season. Now, if they would have said top 5 in the NFC last season, yeah, I can go with that because he had his ups and downs, and they start figuring him out a little bit, Jalen Hurts. But to say he's not top 5 based on just last season is crazy. So yeah, he's 5 to me. He's number 5 for sure.
So June, it's your turn, brother. Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I know yesterday we said a lot. And I tell you, a lot of these things are interesting, right? Stafford, Super Bowl champion. Goff went to the Super Bowl. Dak never been to the Super Bowl. His 10 years up there. Purdy, hasn't had that much experience. However, went to the Super Bowl, and Love hasn't been to the Super Bowl. So I think putting Dak there and Love there over Jalen Hurts, based on what Jalen Hurts has done and accomplished in the short period of time compared to all those, I think it's slightly disrespectful, right? Love did great things. He did great things. Dak has had plenty of opportunities. I wouldn't even put Dak in the top 5 anymore. He had the opportunity to be in the top 5 his whole career. So his whole career, he fumbled the fucking ball. Matter of fact, we talked about it last night. Dak being in the playoffs last year, which I think they had a great chance to go a lot further than what they did. It wasn't on McCarthy. Hell, it wasn't even on the running back. It wasn't on CD Lamb and the rest of their cast over there. It was truly on Dak. He threw all those picks. And they weren't like, oh, snap, he threw a pick. There shouldn't have been a pick. It was a clear throw picks, right? So I think he talked himself out of the top. He performed himself out of the top 5, in my opinion, when it came to Dak. When it came to Purdy, Purdy's Purdy. I think he belongs in the top 5 based on what he's done in his tenure. And Love, I think he has some work to do and some proving to do, in my opinion, to get there. Not saying he's not good, but I don't think he's shown enough to sit here and say, you know what, Love, you deserve to be over Jalen Hurts. So that's why I would put Jalen Hurts above Dak and Love.
So there was another thing that came out, and I wish we recorded more often because we could have talked about it all at once, but I'm going to try to make it quick. So Cam Newton, MVP quarterback, went to the Super Bowl. In his 4th and 1 podcast, said that he would pick Dak Prescott over every other quarterback in the NFL. That's what he said. So on Speak, that sparked the conversation. You had Shady, you had Acho, you had Joy Taylor, and James Jones. So James Jones said, name one thing that Jalen Hurts does better than Dak Prescott besides the read option. As an all-around quarterback, the throw of the ball, precision, all that accuracy, all that good stuff. He feels that Dak is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts when it comes to that. And the only thing that Jalen can do better is the read option. So with Cam Newton's context, right, what he said and what was being said in debate, Pete, do you agree with that?
Because and I'll tell you why. It's tough for me to judge Jalen Hurts because he has such a great team around him. Like And then look, they gave him like the best possible running back this year they could give him besides McCaffrey. So he's got 2 number ones. He's got Goddard as the tight end. Like, he's got no slouches anywhere on that offense. So it's tough for me to judge, compare them both, because Dak only has pretty much CeeDee Lamb. The tight end Ferguson is pretty good, but he's not Goddard. He doesn't have the experience as Goddard, and he don't have the running back that Jalen Hurts has. Mm-hmm. And this is not a knock on Jalen Hurts. It's just, for me, it's like me saying that movie sucks, but I didn't see it. I can't say that it sucks if I haven't seen it. Same way, I can't really judge Jalen Hurts yet because he's got such a solid supporting cast. Same as Purdy and same as Jared Goff. And it's not their fault, but I'm just saying, if you want to assess it, I can't say that Dak is better. I just can't, because to me it's not as easy as saying, yeah, they put up, he got better numbers, but I look at the situation more than just that. So it's tough for me to say he's better. I wouldn't say they're better. I think they're very similar to me.
June, we already know how you feel, so we're not even gonna ask.
Come on, ask me.
All right, let's go. But because
I keep it short and sweet on this one.
Go ahead. You go. Move on.
The reason I'm gonna keep it short and sweet is because, in my opinion, like I told you yesterday, if I had to choose a quarterback with diversified talent, if I know I'm gonna give you a wide receiver one with over 1,000 yards, if I'm gonna produce a second receiver with 1,000 yards, I'm gonna produce a running back with over 1,000 yards. Hell, I'm going to have 716 yards as a quarterback in rushing and 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns, whatever it was. Even with my miscues, I wouldn't fall on my face like Dak did. And just for all those key pieces that I've done, I don't think Dak has produced 2 wide receivers with 1,000 yards. He himself hasn't had probably over 700 yards, and then given his running back another 1,000. So I think the production, not just self, but supporting that he's produced, they can't say, well, it's because of this receiver or it's because of this receiver. Because I think he's managed that production all the way around him. And it sounds very biased. I'm an Eagles fan, but but that's what he's done. And Lil Wayne said it best: numbers don't lie.
My thing is this: I would have ended it all like they did on Speak. Who wins more? When it matters, who wins more? One wins the Super Bowl, the one that hasn't even smelled a divisional round, I think, or haven't got past the division round. One has at least 3 Super Bowl wins, 3 playoff wins. The other one has only 2 or 1. So I get it. All that's nice, but you gotta also understand that there's more to it. There's also winning that goes into that. Have you guys been watching Hard Knocks besides me, Pete, and June?
I haven't watched it.
Okay, so I won't ask you this, Pete. As a Giant fan, what's your take on it so far?
I've never really liked Hard Knocks because it seems like it's very different this year. Not because it's the Giants, but it seems like they're focusing a lot on the offseason. I don't really care much for what goes on in the huddle and what guys do at practice. I don't care about that. This part, as far as the draft, the conversations with Saquon on free agency, that to me is interesting. But it shows a lot of behind the scenes. A lot of people think that the owner's meddling. It shows that he's kind of letting Joe Shane make the decisions. The thing with Barkley is a luxury that the Giants couldn't afford. The Eagles are right on the doorstep. They can afford to pay a running back. Even though Saquon is great, I love Saquon, but the Giants couldn't afford to. Not that they couldn't afford to keep him, but that money's probably better spent elsewhere. They focused on the defensive and offensive lines this year, which shows that they're going in a different direction. Just last year they were saying you don't pay quarterbacks, and now running backs, and now they're getting shitted on because they didn't pay a running back. Mm-hmm. They didn't win with Saquon, and I felt the same way when they traded Odell. Love Odell, but They had one season with Odell where they went to the playoffs. That was it.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything with these players. They can get something for him, which they got Dexter Lawrence with the pick that they got from Odell. This is part of the business. But as far as Hard Knocks, I like the fact that it's more focused on the offseason and not these guys going through practice.
Doom?
Man, I think it's been really cool, man, to see something completely different. And I'm interested in watching the receiver show you're talking about because of it. I think the way that the head coach interacted with the rookies, I mean, golly, man, it just showed a whole different perspective as far as the recruiting goes. The recruiting process, the questions being asked by the head coach kind of makes you sit here and be like, well, damn. Man, other head coaches aren't doing similar things, and I think they're missing out. So definitely, that was pretty dope on the head coach. Wasn't Rabel? What's his name?
Brian Dable.
Dable. I keep confusing him with Rabel. But I think it's pretty dope what he did. Frank and I we spoke about it last night a little bit. Going back when he asked that question about the your favorite play. What's your favorite play if you had to go to it throughout the entire game? And that was kind of cool. And me, I was just thinking like, damn, man, I would have just said, the play option all day because that would make sense. And it was cool just to see the different quarterbacks and then his questions. And then all those, he threw the whole alphabet at him. And then he asked them, what did I say? And I was like, shit, well, I would have stumbled on the third letter. But But I think it's pretty cool, man, and it just shows a whole different side on the coaching. On the business side, it's just business. You can tell the business is clear throat, it's cutthroat, clear throat, cutthroat.
Definitely,
the coaching was cool.
I wasn't gonna watch it because I figured nobody else was gonna watch it. But then Dwell, a friend of ours, said, "Hey, Pete's watching it." I said, "No, the fuck he's not." He told me he's not. So I went through and I watched it. I watched the first 2 episodes, then I watched last night the 3rd episode. And I agree with you, Pete. I like the off season, the mindset. Us as fans and now us as podcasters, we throw our own little flick in there. Like we throw our own little take on it. Well, why the hell they ain't signed this person? We all fans of a team. And now you start seeing it. A lot of people are like, damn, he didn't care about Saquon. I said, nah, I don't think that's it. I think he knew what I couldn't give you. So look, I'm going to let you go out there in the field and figure it out. If people are going to offer you X amount of dollars, just give us a chance to try to match it. And when the reports came out, I think Giants offered him, 3 years, 37.2 mil with 25 guaranteed. And then he settled with the Eagles for 3 years, 37.7 mil with 26 million guaranteed. Because we was talking trash about it, it being $1 million off. The owner, I like the fact the owner's in there. He's not telling you who to pick. He's just telling you, listen, I would hate to see him go to a division rival. Can we make it work? And what I also like is that Dable's in the mix with what he sees the team as, especially the offense. And then the defense coordinator they brought from the Titans, he's saying, listen, this is what I want. And I like the fact that they had options on the table, and it shows you that kind of play. It's interesting. I want to see how it progresses. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel that the GM is saying, listen, I gave this guy $40 million. It's either for him to put up or shut up. So he got 1 year. We're gonna, the next episode is gonna be the draft. And going back to it, James, just because I know you haven't watched it, what June is talking about is they interviewed all the different quarterbacks coming up in the draft. And quarterbacks got to know a lot of stuff. So they were throwing different scenarios at him. They would tell him, draw up your play that you like. And Jaden Daniels and my boy Drake May was the one they kind of focused on a little bit. And Jaden Daniels drove his play. And then Dabo threw up, he said, switch the X to the F to the A, the B to the Z, the F and everybody, your mama, and this side. Starts talking about something else, right? What do you love most about the game, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, hey, run that play back again. So he had to remember that play all over again. And it's not some simple like, hey, we're going to go shotgun 3 wide. The post, no, it was like X5 62, 3 Your Mama 28, Left Zebra 26. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually a good show. It shows Dabu's mind as an offense coordinator. He's really good. So I recommend it. I'm not gonna ask the next question because I don't think we need to discuss it today. It's not something that's that crazy. June, I will tell you this though. Kellen Moore had Dak Prescott last year, and his interceptions were high. You're gonna have him this year. And if he's gonna throw the ball more, do you think your boy's gonna have more interceptions or less than we had last year?
Wait a minute. Say that again. Kellen Moore had him win?
Kellen Moore had Dak Prescott last year, right? Or the year
before. Last year he was with the Chargers. Last year he was with the Chargers.
And when Dak Prescott, he forced him to throw the ball more. And that's where more picks came. Jalen had 15 picks last year. You know what I'm saying? If he does the same thing to Jalen, do you expect your quarterback to have more than 15 or less?
No, I think it's gonna be less because I mean this was he doubled and some what he threw the year last year without Kellen Moore. So I'm pretty sure that this year going into the season, hopefully that'll be something that he works on, his decision making and stuff like that. But his miscues. But one of the reasons that Kellen Moore, one of the reasons why McCarthy is having more success than Kellen Moore with Dak Prescott is because of the simplicity of the plays that Dak Prescott was able to adjust to. And I think you could clearly see that that Dak Prescott is doing way better with McCarthy than what he was with Kellen Moore. So, I mean, that was my only concern going in, to be really honest with you. I'm like, damn, if Dak had not issues, but if he had kind of troubles with some of the plays Kellen Moore was drawing up, I wonder how Jalen Hurts is going to adjust to those type of plays if he comes over with that. Or is Kellen Moore going to draw up plays more so to adjust to the talent that Jalen Hurts has?
I think Jalen it's a bet. In my opinion, you know, I think I don't like the Eagles. I don't have a problem with the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, in my opinion.
I don't think you don't like the Eagles. Bree thinks that you and Nikki don't like the Eagles.
I like Jalen Hurts. I just off the field, on the field, I like him. I think that every great quarterback goes through a year where they got to adjust. Remember, he's still young in the NFL. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, hey, the next game is trivia. That's it, okay? So, no cheating, no nothing. This is how it goes. I'm going to ask questions. I had 25 questions thinking that Pooh was going to join us. So, it's going to be kind of like 5 apiece or whatever, but we're going to go through it. That's why I'm not going to ask no more questions because we're pushing almost 51 minutes right now. So, I want to just get through this and see who wins. All right. How it goes is simple. I'm going to ask the question. You can't look it up. You got 30 seconds to answer. If you don't know it, just say you don't know it. Okay?
Then I'm bad with trivia.
The first questions are easy. The first questions are easy, bro. They're going to be easy. I always start off easy, right? June could tell you. It's always easy. It just gets harder as we go along. June, don't hate.
Right.
I'm not even going to say nothing, man.
It's not June. I'm not playing, June. I'm not playing. Because on play call, Pete, June be thinking I be cheating. I don't be cheating. I just remember dumb stuff. So, all right. I'm going to start with James, Pete, then June, right? So everybody gets one question. You're not going to get the same question. Everybody gets one question difference, right? And at the end of the 25, whoever has the most points wins. Cool? Right? Got it? All right, James. Don't fuck this up, James. Listen. How many? Listen, I want to be right. How many NFL divisions are there? Go.
8.
Yep. Okay. No, there you go.
That shit up, dog.
Okay. Good. Pete, what is the name of the Super Bowl trophy? Go.
Vince Lombardi trophy.
Yep. There you go. There you go. See, look, they're easy, right? Easy. June. What are the names of the 2 conferences in the NFL?
AFL. I mean,
June. See, you're on the clock, bro. 30 seconds.
AFC.
NFC. Okay, good job. Right, there we go.
Oh man, all that pressure, bro. Damn,
all right. That. All right. Hey, James, where is the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I'm stumped right now.
Oh, I'm gonna give you the 30 seconds, bro. Look at June's face.
Where is it?
Yeah, where?
I'm drawing a blank, bro.
Same place, bro. I just want to know.
I don't fucking know where that. You got me laughing like a motherfucker. That.
It's the
I don't
same
know.
place, bro.
All right. Hey, Canton, Ohio, man.
Damn, man.
Ohio.
God damn.
I
thought he was
Jersey.
saying shit.
Hold on, listen.
I knew that shit too. My bad.
Who won Super Bowl I?
God
That's
damn.
for me?
Yeah.
That's for James or me?
Oh, you, Pete.
Packers?
Yep. There you go. All right. June. How many rounds is in the NFL draft?
144.
Damn. Not picks.
No, wrong.
Oh, my bad. Hey, my bad. I'm thinking
No.
picks, man.
No, I said
Hey,
that's it. That's
hey.
it.
Oh,
James,
you ain't give me 30 seconds.
you guessed wrong. You said 144. Yes,
I said psych. I said psych.
No.
Wow.
That's
Well, this
it.
is shit I'm talking about, dog.
7 rounds. 7 rounds.
See?
All right, James. If you thought what I asked you before was hard, this is gonna blow your
Yeah,
mind.
I'm cooked there.
How long is a football field from end to end in feet?
300?
That's your final answer?
No, hold up. My bad. I'm tripping.
I ain't get that shit.
A yard is 3 feet. You talking about from end zone to end zone?
Yep.
320 feet?
That's it? That's your final answer?
Yeah.
It's 360.
God damn. That's a good guess, though.
Yeah, that's not bad. Who is the NFL all-time leading receiver? Pete.
Jerry Rice.
Okay.
Yeah, Pete won this shit, man.
Yeah.
He too focused.
Right,
he ain't even sweating shit.
June, who is the NFL's all-time rushing leader?
Damn. We went over this shit too.
Yeah.
I didn't say it because I know you quick to be like, nah, next. Damn, we just went over this shit.
10 seconds, June. Let's go.
Let me get a hint.
No, what?
They asked for him.
Oh, that's it. You're done.
Hey, nah. Hey, my dude, man, the Vikings. Nah, it's not even him. Shit.
No, you're wrong. That's it. 30 seconds up. You're done.
Yeah.
Next, James. Which two franchises have won the most Super Bowls in the NFL?
Oh, shit. Steelers?
Okay.
Steelers and your boys.
Yep. There you go.
Patriots.
I'll give you that. All right. Pete, let's see. What is the nickname of the Minnesota Vikings defense in the 1970s?
Purple People Eaters.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. June, who holds the single season rushing yards record?
You just asked me this question.
No, I said leading, like all-time
He
rushing.
said single season, and then he said
single
all-time.
season. This is just one season.
All right, so I'm going to restart the clock.
Hey, Adrian Peterson.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Damn.
Nope. Eric Dickerson. All right, James.
No.
Who holds the single season receiving yards record?
Receiving?
Yep, receiving.
I'm gonna go Randy Moss.
Nah, Calvin Johnson.
All
right, Pete. Who coined the term sack?
He knows this. I quit.
Yeah, fuck.
You should know it because we covered on the play call. So
I wasn't there.
You was.
Damn.
I know he knows it.
Nah,
Yeah, he got it.
I'm not. I was more confident in the Calvin Johnson question and the Eric Dickerson question. I'm gonna throw a name out there from back in the day.
You got
Deacon
5.
Jones.
Yep, Deacon Jones, correct.
This dude, bro.
All right, June, it's back on you, bro. Who is the all-time sack leader?
Lawrence Taylor.
No, man, Bruce Smith, bro.
Bruce Smith. Bro,
man.
who would know Bruce Smith, bro? Did you know Bruce Smith?
Yes.
Oh, did I know Bruce Smith?
Of course, Pete knows Bruce Smith.
I know Pete knows.
No. I that was a tricky one. Yeah,
it's Bruce Smith. So, okay. All right. Who is James, right? James.
I get another one because Pete didn't know it.
No. Which player is nicknamed the Minister of Defense?
Shit. The Minister of Defense.
He said shit more times today.
I know, right? That wasn't Mike Singletary, was it?
Nah. That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was Reggie White.
Even if you told, shit, I could have guessed it, yeah.
All right, Pete. Which 2 players excelled in both football and played in the MLB?
I'm giving that answer on that question.
That was a few of them.
You're saying 2 that played in both
and excelled? Yes.
There's actually 3.
They said.
I'm about to say,
but if
there's Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
You got it.
All right,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. You got it, bro. You got it.
But there was a guy named Brian Jordan played for the Falcons, and then he played for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I didn't even get him. They didn't even have him on the thing.
No, I thought I thought it was a trick question. So you got
no. You would have gave me all 3. I would have gave you credit just because you named somebody that wasn't on the thing. But they said the answer is Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson. All right, June. Which quarterback has the most rushing yards in their career?
Michael Vick.
Yep, there you go, Michael Vick.
Come on, cuz. Come on, give me something hard, man. Like who was the kicker in 1973? Something like that.
Hey, James, this kind of sucks, man, because I know this was going
to be.
What position did Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch play?
Shit. Go ahead. Shit.
Hey, it got to be something off the walls. I'm going to say left tackle.
Nah, bro. Crazy Legs was a wide receiver. He's in the actual top 100 players of all time in NFL. I have it on.
I think about Crazy Legs from No Big Minutes.
Did you know that shit, Pete?
Yeah. No, I didn't know that one.
Okay. All right, Pete. Which running back has played the most games in a career?
Sheesh.
You know it. But don't act like you don't know. You know that shit. Look, he about to say.
I'm guessing.
Okay.
Once he touched the chin, it's over, man.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson?
Nah, Frank Gore.
Okay. I didn't know it. I was gonna say it was either him or Emmitt Smith. I was gonna say.
All right, June.
Frank Gore.
We did this in the play call, so you should know this. How tall is the sportcaster boomer Chris Herman?
Sheesh. That's some trivia for your ass.
Yeah, for real.
6'3".
You said what?
6'3".
That's your final answer?
Yep.
6'5".
Damn, June wasn't on the play call.
He was on the play call for this. This is what I'm saying. All right, James.
I didn't get that question.
What is the newest NFL franchise? The youngest, newest.
Like in regards to name change or either just the newest period?
Just the newest. It doesn't say
was
name change.
Was it Jacksonville?
Nah.
The Jaguars?
Mm-mm.
Who is the newest?
They said NFL, the Houston Texans.
But they were the Oilers.
Yeah, but remember, right? They're the newest franchise, though.
No, the Oilers are the Titans.
So that's what I was saying.
The Oilers
are Tennessee. Yeah, you're right.
The Oilers moved to Tennessee, became the Titans.
Yeah.
You're right. My
All
bad.
Right. All right, Pete, here we go. Who was the first player to throw for 4,000 yards? First quarterback.
God damn. Had to take a sip.
The rap. He knows it now.
Johnny Unitas?
Nah, Joe Namath.
Almost.
All right, June. What player has scored the most PPR fantasy points in one game in the modern era? PPR, points per reception. That means it's an offense player.
I'm gonna go with Amari Cooper.
No, Jerry Rice, bro.
Oh man, come on, bro. I didn't. Was he playing? Was
I ain't even
fantasy out there during that time?
Yeah, that's crazy. We're doing fantasy around that time, right? All right,
Amari Cooper had 200 and something yards last year. That's why
that ain't 200 yards is what, 20 points?
And he had like 6 touchdowns, some weird shit.
But PPR, you said 20 points with the yards with PPR.
Yeah,
like 12 catches, so it's like 30 points.
Yeah, 32 points. Well, it's needed to say that Pete won this game. Let's go.
I feel robbed.
This is where June says we cheated, right? Because when it's Bree asking the questions, and Bree makes us put our hands up to ask the questions. June never gets it right. June will throw you about 50 questions, 50 answers. I was just playing. So
I'm gonna go and do 20 push-ups.
He's different, dog. He'd be like, it's just like he did you, man. Bree be like, what is this? Oh, you don't know it? Time's up. Frank, you know what? Are you sure? Are you sure? All right, Frank. You know this.
Final answer?
And I'd be like, damn, I didn't get all those opportunities. So I gotta create my own.
Hey, so next week, we could talk about a few topics. We'll look at, is Josh Allen overrated? Is Jalen gonna have a better season this season? And whatever news comes out between then, hopefully we got some trades. I'm gonna go around the room, last comments and stuff. James, go ahead first.
Man, pleasure to be back. I've been having that CDO for a little while, man. They hit me across the head, but definitely good to get on. And I want the fans to know I definitely knew the Hall of Famers in Canton. I just had a brain fart, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't take my card from me. Nah, definitely dope, man. See y'all boys next week.
June, go ahead. I'm gonna let the winning guy go after you. So you go ahead with your.
Nah, it was super dope, man. Super dope. Again, first time on here in a while. Us four. The king of CDO, man, hands down goes to James. I don't know, man. This guy, you've been on that watch bill more than what I was on the watch bill when I was on the ship. Man. But now, man, good times on here. I look forward to next week, and hopefully, like Frank said, we'll have some new.
Yeah, man. Pete, go ahead.
Yo, good to see you guys, man. I missed I didn't send it in the text. We're gonna wear red t-shirts, so let me know next time. But
yeah, I could have threw one on too. I just watched mine.
Nah, it's good to see you guys. Good to talk football like always, and see y'all next week, man. Hopefully, we got something to talk about.
Yeah, man. Another good episode. I love the trivia. It gives a little breakup, something different. Anybody wants to host it between y'all three, want to come up with some questions, I'll be more than glad to play the game and answer the questions. Good to get on here. Good topics. That's it, man. Offsides. Next week. See y'all. Peace.